The next success ingredient I'd like to talk about is cycle of service. Cycle of service. Like I've said in past sessions, you cannot be more productive unless you make small adjustments that yield huge results. And taking a look and being aware of the cycle of service will make a huge difference in your practice. So let's take a look. How do patients get to your practice in the first place? How do they find your particular MGMA practice? The very first thing they have to do is do what? They call you on the telephone. And how many of you have telephones like this? Or they call in and it says, "Hello, do not hang up. We have recently changed our menu and you must dial a different number. To get to the provider, it's number 1. If da 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 da," and it goes on and on and on. Now, I don't know about you, but how long does that take? Now, I know nobody in this audience, it takes more than 3 or 4 minutes, but sometimes it's up to 5 because what happens? Most of you are multitasking, and so you didn't hear it the first time and you go, "Oh, I missed it again." And you have to listen 2, 3, 4 times before you can even figure out which button you're supposed to be pushing in the first place. And once they do get to make the appointment, what's the next thing they have to do? They have to drive to your practice and then they have to find a parking place. And how long does that take? 3, 5, 10, 15 minutes, depending on where your building is. The next thing they do is they come in and all of you do it the exact same way. You have what? The clipboard. It's behind the glass windows where the Wizard of Oz sits, and they put the clipboard through the window for you to sign. You're supposed to sign your name and the time in and the doctor that you want to see. And so what happens is, and we don't use those too much anymore because of HIPAA, but we still have some kind of sign in or check in at the desk. And then because we're afraid to lose the pen, we always have it attached with the, now it's not like the pharmaceuticals companies don't come in and give you 552 pens each and every single day. But no, we don't use those pens to give out to our patients. What do? We make them use the pen that everybody who's sick before them comes in and uses. And so the patient goes like this, and you would not even touch that pen unless you had an alcohol swab, but mostly your patients are now signing their name or putting in some information or somehow letting you know that they're there. Then where do you direct them? You direct them to the waiting room. Do you know that there is almost nowhere in all of the United States of America where we wait for anything? We don't wait for groceries. We don't wait for a car to get fixed. We're always saying, "Get another teller out here." We won't wait. But the only time that we're still waiting in the United States of America is when we're sick and really are not up to waiting. And how long is that wait? Not of any of you in this audience, and not in any MGMA practice that I've ever seen. You don't have to wait. But in the other ones, how long do they wait? Anywhere from 5, 10, 15. I've waited up to an hour. So are you in a particularly good mood when you go back? No. And where do you go back to? I know you call it the exam room. But what do the patients know about that? It is just the fake waiting room. You know it's the fake waiting room, and I know it's the fake waiting room because they put you in the fake waiting room and you get naked and you're sitting in there waiting and waiting and waiting for the physician to come in. And finally they come in, so you've now spent 10 minutes on the phone, 20 minutes parking, 50 minutes in the waiting room. Then you've spent another 20 or 30 minutes in the fake waiting room. The physician finally walks through the door, and how long do you get with them? 2 minutes, you bet. And I get 2 minutes with my physician, and I am dating him. Oh, I'm just kidding. And so, but you only get 2 minutes. And so this is the cycle of service that we now have in most of our practices. Do you think using attitude technologies, which are making small adjustments that will yield huge results, that we could come up with a little bit different system? Sit back and let me show you exactly what you can do to become more positive, more productive, and more profitable by making small adjustments to your cycle of service.